Salam. It is I, Yahbash. It's very disappointing. I just left a very long address on YouTube trying to upload. No, not upload. Trying to. How people vote is a reflection of the voting republic and the voting public. So I don't even really have concern at the current moment as to whether voting has an effect directly. What concerns me is how voting reflects on the moral capacity of the people to be voting at all in committing this action. As people who call themselves emancipated secularists or religion-bound political heroes. I mean, we have persons in this country who are evangelical Christians, secular humanists, and so on, who feel almost as if they are divinely led, regardless of who their idol is, to bring this country to some kind of, messianic fruition, as if a religious blood runs through the soil of the land, and that it will be redeemed. Now, I don't disagree with that idea that the land can be redeemed, but to inlay false jewels of expectations and, what can I say, false messianism, this is a sickness. This is a joke of the conscience. When it comes to human regimes, political bodies that have been constructed by man for his own governance, we have to have a certain kind of conscientious patience with it, even as we critique it. Because no matter how detached you are from it, you ultimately also play a part, even if you're the loneliest hermit off in the mountains somewhere. However, that doesn't mean you have to vote. Nor does it mean that you don't have to vote. That, you see, what I'm saying is, that is not in question at the moment. What's in question is, what is your moral objective as you vote or don't vote? That is what is at question here, folks. I am surprised at people. I am surprised at myself. I have gifts, people have gifts, and we knowingly leak them out our bellies. Let them go uselessly. Waste them. Put them to shame. Put to shame the fact that we have them and we disrespect them. To have such gifts at one's disposal is a blessing, and it is a profanation to dislocate them, to deny them, to push them off to the side. They must be embraced, used to their ultimate effect for moral efficacy. And when you use these gifts toward the end of moral efficacy, the idea of political efficacy becomes almost moot. Because political efficacy is, and I will not take no for an answer, reliant on moral efficacy. So, even if the presidency is not a position of actual political efficacy. If the man who is the puppet president has moral efficacy, whether directly or indirectly, they are having a good effect on humanity. Now, what scares me, what worries me, what disgusts me, is the fact that today people, the voting republic, the voting public, is obsessed with the issue of race. People act as if, and when I say people, I mean, I'm talking about various demographics, from white people, the black people, the Native Americans, to any group you can possibly think of in the United States, or anywhere in the world for that matter, who has some kind of political tie to the United States, which is basically everyone. All across these groups, there are cross-sections which basically believe that a messianic question has been answered by the election of Obama, who is the first black president in the United States. Are we supposed to be overjoyed at this? Are we supposed to throw away our expectations because suddenly the race question of centuries has been answered? Okay, we're no longer worried about whether or not politics goes well. We're just happy with the sensationalism that all of a sudden the thing we were told as kids could never happen in 2 centuries, 3 centuries more, has suddenly happened in our lifetimes. We have a black president. That's fine. That's fine. Okay? But that's not what's at question here. What we're concerned about is, does the president have moral capacity? Does this man know how to get beyond the question of race? Because if we don't, we fall prey to the same kind of problematics which in other ways can lead to pogroms, can lead to holocausts, can lead to any kind of race-motivated catastrophe. And I don't want to hear that pogroms and holocausts and such catastrophes are not race-based. Now, there can be other factors, but the race base cannot be denied. So we are at risk in the United States of running into a similar kind of catastrophe if we lay all our tokens and bets on the race card. If we put it on that one horse and that horse loses, we're going to lose everything, all our holdings. Instead, the horse, which is a sure thing and will win the race, is the horse of moral efficacy. Place your bets on him. Who cares what color his coat is? Is he brown? Is he black? Is he white with polka dots of pink? Doesn't matter. It does not matter. Now, it is going to have an effect, of course. Any kind of characteristic can have some kind of minute or major effect on a person's makeup, composition, personality, political orientation. But ultimately, those are only causal characteristics that have some kind of bearing on the later composite of that person's makeup. And so those things are not at question unless we're doing a history or a biography. What's at question is what we're faced with now. What is the essence of the composite? You know, I don't care for this particular moment whether this person is Jewish, whether this person is Catholic, whether this person is Muslim, whether this person is black, whether this person is white, whether this person is Indonesian. What I want to know is, what is this man's moral obligation as he feels it?